Hello Internet! This week on Showdown we are doing some Battle of Legends games, which is all terribly exciting. Yesterday I used a version of my Gravity team with, who do we have? Lunala and Celebi as the Legends. They worked out okay, I suppose. But we've got another team, or two versions of a similar sort of team to try out in today's episode. So let's jump in, let's see if we can do something. The first game, or the first team rather, we're going to be using Zacian. And in the second team that I'm going to be using, which I like a lot more actually, we're going to be using the Solgaleo instead. Now, yeah, I hope you're enjoying my new camera up there. And, ooh, look at this for a team. I like the look of that. I hope the audio sounds okay. I did realise that after watching yesterday's video, I didn't flip the webcam there, so I sort of looked like I was looking over there all the time. So sorry about that. But I'm looking into the action now. This way, yes. Hello. Internet. But yeah, okay, let's see if we can do this then. I did also mention yesterday that the Gravity team was probably the team that I was least confident on, doing well with, but I'm not too confident in this actually either too. I think like from the few games that I've just twiddled around with on here, I think people are really prepared for Zacian, which makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Aselgar is a very interesting choice actually, since Zacian cannot Dynamax, you always get the one shot on it with Final Gambit there. That's interesting. But yeah, very offensive team. He hasn't got Tailwind, at least here. But I am worried about that Ditto also. So I guess we've got to go with a Talonflame. Even if he Accel Rocks us, that doesn't stop us from getting the Tailwind up there. So I'm actually going to go with Butterfree and Talonflame with Zacian and Dragapult and Zacian in the back. I thought I'd already picked one. I hadn't. But yeah, okay. Just psychic spam, as people would call it, lead there. But that's fine, isn't it? Because like, is it too obvious to Sleep Powder into the Mewtwo? Should I Sleep Powder into the Indeedee instead? Because whatever happens, we're maybe it's better that Talonflame does go down. So, I'm going to be cheeky. I'm going to Sleep Powder into the Indeedee, and I'm going to go for a Tailwind. Because if he's going to protect one of them, it's going to be the Mewtwo, isn't it? Because obviously, I'm going to be trying to Sleep Powder the Mewtwo instead of the Indeedee. What kind of idiot would target the Indeedee here instead of the Mewtwo? But, yeah, like, Talonflame, we only really need it for the Tailwind here, I think. So, like, if anything, if one of them is attacking with the Expanding Force, I kind of want it to be the Mewtwo. Yeah, there we go. Now, we are in a decent position to obviously pad the Mewtwo now. Do I bring Dragapult in to Dynamax and get some boosts and stuff? Or do I just put Zacian in? I think I'm just going to put Zacian in because I'm going to be cheeky and try and get a substitute here. I do realise that since we were using Gravity yesterday, and I've got Butterfree on this team, everything... Okay, he doesn't try and... okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Yeah, these are the only three teams that actually utilize Sleep, I think, that I've made for these Battle of Legends games. But yeah, Zacian, I mean, we are in Tailwind anyway, but Zacian is faster than Mewtwo. Because he did protect and didn't wake up there quite nicely, we can go for another Sleep Powder into the Mewtwo, and just go for a Behemoth Blade into... Okay, that's fine. Into, what was the Indeedee? Sash, which is an interesting choice of items there. But yeah, just looking on Team Preview, you could see he didn't have Tailwind, so like Tailwind just kind of screwed him up a bit, didn't it? So now I suppose, we're in Tailwind. Butterfree in Tailwind is what, 268? Which, yeah, it has to be faster than the Aselgar, so I'm just going to go for the attacks. Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I get the big attack into the Mewtwo, which is the one I wanted, which is a one-shot. Wow. One-shot with the Behemoth Blade there. This is the power of Substitute. Because that happens with Ditto, and now the guy forfeits. Or maybe he doesn't. Okay. But yeah, I mean, because Zacian cannot Dynamax, it is a threat to things like, Encore and Disable and all that kind of stuff a bit more. So, he could Encore the Zacian into Behemoth Blade, but, does that really do much for him? Not really sure. Could Struggle Bug me. with the Acelgor that doesn't really do much at all either. So I'm just going to protect with a Butterfree, and I'm just going to go for a Behemoth Blade into the Ditto, just because that's fine. Just because, you know, I don't want him transforming into the and he did Struggle Bug as well. Just because I don't want him, you know, transforming into the Butterfree, and then, you know, not that he'd be able to do anything from there anyway. But yeah, okay. So this was a pretty straightforward game. This is literally just a game of speed control, win, really. The substitute helped with the Zacian there a great deal, actually, with the Ditto coming in. That could have been nasty. But yeah, here's a Ditto back again. And yeah, I mean, if he Struggle Bugs here, he can't transform. I don't think he can transform into anything behind the substitute, can he? I mean, I'm just going to play it safe, just in case transform can work behind the substitute, but I don't think it can. But yeah, that's fine. That is fine. Yeah, we saw the Sash was on the Acelgor, and the guy eventually forfeits there. Okay, so we'll do one more game with this team, and then I'll switch to the Solgaleo version, which I do like quite a bit more. And here we go. So this is kind of what I was leading with my videos yesterday, with the Gravity team using Colossal, because I think with all the Zacian, you presume that's going to be around, and, you know, things like Solgaleo and Duskmane the Crosmer and everything, you'd think that a good fire type like a Gigantamax Colossal would do pretty well. So let's see if we can beat it. So we'll have Surf to try and set it up. That looks like the only thing he has to try and set it up with. I wonder how much a +1 Behemoth Blade does to it. That's interesting. It must be Sash, surely, on the Dragapult, else we can just Tailwind and knock it out with a thing there. Otherwise, I mean, I could just go for like a speed type, dual Wing Beat and Max Phantasm into it, I suppose, as well. Which I'll try and do, because I'm looking at the team thinking, how else do I beat it? And we have got Urshifu, but there's so many threats to the Urshifu here. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Butterfree again. Oh, it looks like the guy's left. Hope he comes back. This could have been an interesting game. He's come back. Oh, he has come back. He left and joined. Here we go. This hopefully will be an interesting game. And here we go. This is the Dragapult Colossal. So, if I think it's a Sash, I have to go for the Speed type. If I don't think it's a Sash, I can just go for Max Phantasm or Wormwind, whatever, and Tailwind. I think it probably is a Sash, though. Do I want to Wormwind or do I want to Phantasm? Because I'm going for the Speed type, as you probably will have noticed by now. I imagine it's probably a special Colossal, since it's got, you know, big physical attackers here. So I don't think the Wormwind does a whole lot. So I'm going to go for the Phantasm, because that might put it in range of a Behemoth Blade, perhaps. Okay. Now do we win the Speed tie? We do. Okay. So no Steam Engine for you. I'm sorry, Colossal. And I'm sorry, Talonflame, you've just been utterly buried into the ground there. I do expect Incineroar to come in now, but neither of these really want to face an Incineroar. Okay, it's the Butterfree instead. It's the Togekiss, rather, instead. I'm the one with the Butterfree, if you haven't noticed, Barry. But yeah, my Sash isn't going to last very long, is it? If I had put Zacian in here, you know, that would have been better for us, I suppose, wouldn't it? Or would it? I feel like I need to try and knock something out here. Togekiss is going to go for a Follow Me, though. So, okay, I'm going to go for another Phantasm into the... I'll try into the Colossal, and I'll try and Sleep Powder the Togekiss here. Okay, well, that works. If Butterfree's faster, yeah, which it is. And there's a Lumberry! Okay. And a Yawn! Okay. Okay. I suppose it was bound to happen at some point, wasn't it? But we did see we were faster, so Butterfree does get a free Sleep Powder into, I presume, the Follow Me-ing Togekiss, because I can go for a safe Sleep Powder into the Colossal, since it went for the thingy last turn. So since this is my last turn of Dynamax anyway, I'm just going to keep it awake, go for the Sleep Powder. And, yeah, he only wins now if he, like, predicts, like, the fire attack into the Dragapult. But I think he'll be more concerned with knocking the Butterfree out, to be honest. Oh, okay. Or calling me to try and put the Togekiss to sleep again. But no, it was just safe because he went for the max guard on the Colossal last turn. That forced him to go for the follow me. And now, well, what do we do? Now we know it's not a Babiri Berry on the Togekiss. We know that to start off with. But, yeah, it's okay. I'm going to go for a Substitute, and I'm going to go for a Sleep Powder here. That works. Okay. We're back to neutral, unfortunately, but Colossal does stay asleep. Okay, but the Substitute is nice. As long as we don't get too much, chip damage here. Yeah, since he's got Fairy type in the back, Behemoth Blade is just safe into that slot. Dragapult doesn't do a whole lot here. We do need to get damage on this Incineroar, don't we? So, and the Behemoth Blade probably isn't going to knock the Colossal out from here, but at the same time, yeah, we are lacking ways to do damage to this Incineroar. I expect just a Heat Wave there, yeah, which at least the Substitute protects us from. And now we can go for, yeah, I think the has the Volcalith, yeah, ended on turn 4, didn't it? There, like we could go for a Substitute here again, and I'm tempted to do that since he is confused as well. I'm going to go for a Substitute and a Dragon Darts. Because I think I'm Life Orb. Dragon Darts would knock the Colossal out. Yeah, this is what people have forgotten. How good of a move Substitute is. It is a very good move, and that Substitute I think has just won us the game because now we can just attack. Yeah, Dragon Darts being a pretty smart move has helped us out there as well too, getting both of the attacks into the Incineroar. So okay, successful first couple of. Yep, that works. No Babiri Berry there. And Colossal has gone as well. Substitute doing some business for us. The long-forgotten move. There we go. So, okay, let's move on to the next team then, which is one that I do actually like this one. This is one of the teams, out of all the ones that I'm considering, this is one of the ones that is maybe at the higher end of ones that I might be using. If you remember my Cursula team, it's essentially that, but with Solgaleo instead of the Cursula, in a way. This Raichu's got Brutal Swing to activate a Weakness Policy on the Solgaleo. Dragapult has got Beat Up as well to activate the Weakness Policy and to activate the Justified on the Terrakion as well too. Now, he's only got one potential Trick Room setter. Like, if you take the Chloritzer and the Wishy-Washy out of this is just a 2011 team, isn't it? Which is pretty cool. But yeah, he's only got one way to try and set the Trick Room up here. And I think I can stop that just with Brutal Swing to break a Sash, and either a Max Steel or a Max Rock from the Terrakion. Really? Yeah, if I do go with Terrakion, if that's Intimidate on the Crocodile, I guess I do need to Dynamax the Terrakion, don't I? Yeah, Bulldoze on the Terrakion as well as an extra way to activate the Weakness Policy on the thing there. In fact, I could just lead with these two, couldn't I? But no, I'm not going to. I'm going to go with Raichu, and I'm going to go with the Solgaleo, actually, with Terrakion in the back. And, I'm going to go with the Talonflame, actually, because I'm looking at ways to hit that, the Escavalier, thinking I've not got many ways to knock it out, Barry. So yeah, here's the Brutal Swing. Here's the Max Steel Spike, which will raise our defense stat. Drudigan, Glare is the thing that I'm most worried about. Oh, okay. Well, okay then. That's a Scarf Crocodile. Dangerous. You activate my Weakness Policy for me then, mister. And Dragon Tail doesn't affect Dynamax Pokemon. That is one of the reasons why Dynamax Pokemon are a bit too good. So what's the next threat that he can bring in for Solgaleo then? Probably the Talonflame, you would think, wouldn't you? The Chandelure. Can I ever get Pokemon names right? Maybe the Wishy-Washy or the Chloritzer as well, perhaps. So I'm just wondering which of these I'm putting in. Maybe my little slip there made me, kind of gives away that I was already thinking about bringing the Talonflame in, which I'm going to. And it is the Wishy-Washy, actually, that comes in. Okay. I want to attack that Wishy-Washy, because if I get it out of its schooling, It's not really a threat. And that Druddigon just went for a Dragon Tail. If it hasn't got Glare, it's not really a threat at all, is it? So I'm just going to double into this Wishy-Washy. Yeah, Mind Storm would do more damage. It's got a stab on it. But Quake would give us some handy special defense. I can see the Wishy-Washy Dynamaxing as well here. So I'm going to go for the Mind Storm. Because I think that would put it like... am I? Or a max. I'm going to go for the Maximize. I'm going to trust in... Okay, he didn't even Dynamax it. I'm going to trust in Solgaleo's power there. Yeah, okay. Body Slam? You can just use Glare, you know. Okay, fine. So, and this is why I brought Talonflame for the thing there as well, too. So I guess this maybe wasn't the best game for this to go about doing business with. Yeah, Overheat does a lot of damage there as well. Go on, be Weakness Policy, Escavalier. Give me some trouble. Huh. Nah. Max Quake. Yeah, even with a Weakness Policy activated, wouldn't have actually knocked the Solgaleo out there thanks to that second Steel Spike. But, yeah, nice. We can just attack it. Earthquake is a nice option to go with Talonflame as well there too. But I'm just going to go for the Psychic Fangs. So not reveal I've got a ground move. Yeah, okay, straightforward game there. But, yeah, okay. These games feel like they've been pretty quick. I'm pretty sure yesterday's episode was like, half an hour long, wasn't it? So I'm going to aim for that sort of length. But did I just do 2 games? I think there was a lot more thinking involved with those games. Maybe I'm just in the mood to click some buttons today. Who knows? Maybe this is going to be a super long game. Who knows? But there is a Riolu, there is a Ditto, and some other stuff. A Kangaskhan, a good old Drifblim. I like the look of his team. I think it's got some, potentially got some pretty cool tricks on it. And we haven't got a substitute like we had on Zacian, so we can't stop this Ditto doing a bunch of business if we do get a Weakness Policy set up. This could be nasty. So how do we want to go about this? Well, I don't think that Drifblim is Weakness Policy. You'd only really have, Sucker Punch to activate it. So it is most likely to be Psychic Seed, I guess. But I do want Tailwind in case he has got Ditto. But I'm thinking maybe I go with Dragapult here and Terrakion. With Talonflame and Solgaleo. But then... I'll go with it, but I am worried about that Drifblim a bit, to be honest. Yeah, here it is. And it is Psychic Seed. Is the Indeedee just going to go for a Follow Me here? Because I think Thunder Wave is a pretty cool option for Dragapult right now. I think he probably will expect the beat up. Maybe. So he maybe just does go for a Follow Me. Reflect doesn't really do much for us here. Beat up wouldn't really either. Unless I want to try and double with a beat up and a Max Rockfall. I'm going to try and Tailwind. I'm going to try and Thunder Wave the Drifblim rather here. I think it's going to be a Will-O-Wisp though. Could easily be an Expanding Force too. Yeah, there's the Follow Me. And there's the Will-O-Wisp into the Dragapult. Okay. But now, since we've got the paralysis there at the beginning of the game, now for the rest of the game, this Indeedee is, the guy, the player, is going to have in his mind the whole time. I've only got a 3 in 4 chance of moving with this Indeedee here. But, yeah, okay. I mean, if a burn is the worst you can do to the Terrakion, if I can get a beat up on it, then, that does kind of nullify it quite a bit, doesn't it? But I do expect the Indeedee to just keep on going for Follow Me's here. So I do need to get the knockout on it. I'll try and beat up, and I'll try and Rock Slide. He could get fully paralyzed. Yeah, okay. But we're still doing damage. Yeah, we're still doing damage. Not very good damage, but we are still doing damage. And any turn he could get fully paralyzed, so I'm going to try and keep on going for beat-ups here. If he burns my Dragapult, it would only be 2 beat-ups though, since beat-up doesn't account for Pokemon that are statused. Could I maybe be reflecting here? Might that be more useful since I'm sort of banking on the odds here, aren't I? But you just know that, like, as soon as I reflect, that would be the one turn that he gets fully paralyzed. So I'm just going to keep on beating up. Yeah, okay, should have reflected, technically. Yeah, there's his Tailwind. But at least it's doing no damage again this turn, and we are, even though we're attacking with these little weedy attacks, we are whittling away at this Indeedee. Although now he can expand... No, he can't, because he's paralyzed. I was going to say now he can expanding force, but not reliably. So again, I'm just going to try and beat up and Rock Slide. We've got the Sash on the Dragapult on this team, so Drifblim, even if it wanted Dynamax, you know, cannot one-shot the Dragapult out. So this is the third chance. Okay, alright. Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. Someone after my own heart using Brutal Swing. That's my move. But, okay, there's my Keyberry. There's there's some Justified for me. And here is 3 more Justifieds for me. So I'm burnt, but I'm +4 now. And his Drifblim is gone. Decent damage on the Solgaleo too. Okay, this has turned into an interesting game, hasn't it? Which one does he attack? You'd think he goes for a Follow Me and attacks into the Terrakion, because I'm still a threat, aren't I? But, I mean, either is a threat to him. Like, do I try and make the call? Like, Protect and Reflect? How do I want to go about this? Because his Tailwind... Okay, he can't Tailwind again, but... yeah, this is a little bit tricky, isn't it, now? I think he targets the Dragapult because he thinks, I'm burnt, it's not much of a threat. But I haven't got Protect on Dragapult, so I can't really stop that. I don't want to bring Talonflame in and that or Solgaleo, to be honest. So, I'm just going to try and Reflect. And I'm just going to try and go for, okay, a Rock Slide to knock the Indeedee out. Oh, he does just attack into the Terrakion, okay. Okay, so we get the Reflect up, which is pretty decent for us. The Indeedee offensively isn't a threat. He's only got 1 more turn of Tailwind. I think if I put my Solgaleo in here, he will have Max Quake, won't he? He might activate my Weakness Policy, which... I mean, it's going to do a lot of damage, isn't it? But he'll activate my Weakness Policy. The Reflect, I'm hoping the Reflect is going to help him. So he will be going for a Follow Me, so I kind of want to like Thunder Wave into the Solgaleo, but I don't think it's going to do anything for us. So, okay, Dragapult for Talonflame, Dynamax so that I can survive the Max Quake, and I'm going to Steel Spike into the Indeedee to get rid of it, and also so that I can take attacks a little bit better in the future as well. Oh, okay. Ally Switch instead. Okay, that's not the worst case scenario. We do get damage on the Solgaleo with a critical hit. And because that was the last turn of his Tailwind, we can still just Tailwind here. Which I'm going to, in a Tailwind. And I'll just Steel Spike again. Into the Indeedee, because I want to get rid of it. This has been a game that's been full of thinking, hasn't it? This has been a very interesting game. I've enjoyed this one. I'm just waiting for him to Max Quake into my Solgaleo. I think this is the turn, because I think this is his last turn of Dynamax. Oh no, he's just going for a Steel. He just wants to make himself bulkier again. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe he was worried about a Will-O-Wisp or something. But now... Okay. Now we get to play against 2 Solgaleo, which is a bit unfortunate, really, isn't it? Okay, so I can activate my own Weakness Policy here. And I am going to target their Solgaleo that has got the... I think we're okay here still, actually. Because we have got Tailwind up. I'm activating my Weakness Policy here. If he doesn't protect his Solgaleo, I am knocking it out here. I am faster, I am in Tailwind. Their Ditto, we'll see. I've got Earthquake, though. But at the same time, if he protects his Solgaleo, goes for Earthquake, he won't do too much damage to me. My Dynamax will finish, and I will be able to Earthquake on both of his Solgaleos. So yeah, there we go. Actually, yeah, we've pulled it through, haven't we? Psychic Fangs should get rid of our Reflector there, and does. There we go. Thank you, Showdown, for working. Nice one. That was pretty cool. And now I could Reflect again. I could Thunder Wave again. I could Shadow Ball, since that's a Ditto. It's not. It's not got a weakness policy. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Shadow Ball could Earthquake. He could Protect. So I'll just Sun Steel Strike it. But yeah, because it is a Ditto, that Shadow Ball did a lot of damage. Actually, wow. Okay, that was a pretty cool game. I enjoyed that one. I was sitting there at 18 minutes in this video thinking, oh well, yeah, these games have been fast. I haven't had to think much about these battles. That one included some thinking, some thought, and we're at what, 26 minutes now. So I think that'll do for this one, just to keep it there. I think we did 4 games yesterday. We'll do 4 games today, 2 with each of the variants in each video. But yeah, we saw how Substitute on Zacian was fantastic in the first couple of games that we did, and this is my Solgaleo team that I actually really like. So yeah, I think this team is definitely up there and one of the ones that I might use at the weekend. It's just because it's a copy of a team that works, really. My cursor. I mean, as far as that Cursor team worked, I suppose. But it's just a copy of that, but with the Solgaleo, pretty much. A few other changes, but that's about it, really. But the Solgaleo is so good, especially because one thing it's got over the Zacian is you can Dynamax it, and you could see me and the opponent there how good it was to Dynamax your Solgaleo. Oof, yeah, I enjoyed that. That was good. Thank you very much for joining me. Join the Patreon if you want to. All these teams I will put on the on my Patreon as well too, in my the team room that I've got in there. And yeah, please like, share, and let me know your thoughts on my video here as you are concluding to watch. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more teams. Goodbye for now.